But the interesting thing about reclusion and the recluse is the ideal goes way back even further. The Han Dynasty, and even before the Han Dynasty, this is the period when it really gained in popularity, all the way back to the time of Confucius. And scholars today think that the image of the recluse and reclusion, the importance of reclusion, really began in the time of Confucius. I'm not going to get into the reasons why because it'll take us way off track. But interestingly, it goes back even further. This is probably around the time when the image of the recluse became important. But the histories were largely written in this area of time, and retroactively, reclusion was placed back on some of the earliest cultural heroes known in China, or at least imagined, such as Xu You and Chao or Nestor Fu. These are all members of prehistory. This is a famous story where Xu You was invited to serve in office by the legendary Emperor Yao. And he lived simply, in the countryside, fishing or plowing his fields. And he was so insulted by this invitation to come and serve in the city, in office, because politics is dirty, right? You have to manipulate. You can't be honest to yourself, just like in modern times. So he went to wash out his ears in the stream. And Chao Fu brought his buffalo to drink from the stream, and when he saw what was happening, he insisted on bringing his buffalo upstream so that the buffalo wouldn't be polluted by the ear being cleansed by Xu You. I know, it's ridiculous. But a very, very famous story. And the reason why this is important is because of the political dimension that goes together with reclusion in China. It's the fact that the ruler, the emperor or the king, is seeking somebody who's pure of mind, pure of spirit, who lives in the countryside, who has those virtuous qualities to come and serve in office. This is somebody who's worthy, as opposed to the usual practice, which is to give all the power to your firstborn son. And this becomes such a great Confucian model because of all the political implications, all the implications that have to do with rulership and the responsibility of the ruler, that it leads to this very complicated interaction between high officials who act like recluses or pretend to be recluses, and emperors who were beholden to these people who acted like recluses or were actually recluses. And it's fascinating.